Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. So, getting into today's nitty gritty, it's going to be quite interesting. I know we show up first thing in the week and boom, all of a sudden things start happening again. It's crazy at Chelsea Football Club. This transfer window has been unreal. When we're talking about activity, Chelsea have not stopped. We're going to get into all of it and the new developments, but before I do, two things. Firstly, thank you to everyone that enjoyed yesterday's Reddit video. That was, honestly, it was a lot of fun doing. It was a lot of fun editing, and I'm sure all of you loved it. The comments were fantastic. A lot of you want them to be longer, so I will make them longer. I reckon 25 minutes or so, near the 30-minute mark might actually do you justice. So starting from next Monday, it will be around that time. So thank you all so much. And secondly, make sure you check out my appearance over on my good friend's YouTube channel, Mr. George Benson. Yes, I went on his channel earlier today. You can check that out right here after you are done with this. But we spoke for about 25 minutes talking about everything Chelsea, everything in terms of Lukaku, Tuchel, the business, the transfers, everything. And wrapped up with a question of, are Chelsea actually going to win the Premier League title? Click on there and find out what we both had to say. Thank you to my bro George for letting me on once again. Cheers, man. And I will have him on tomorrow. So make sure you guys have your eyes peeled for that one. It's going to be a lot of fun to do on here. Now, let's get into today's nitty gritty. So, over the last 24 hours, and then specifically today, there have been a lot of developments in regards to Saul Niguez. Now, I don't know if I'm butchering that name. Any Spanish people, let me know. Because I feel like there's a different, proper Spanish way of saying that name. But anyway, Saul. We'll call him Saul. And if that's not his name, we'll just call him Dave 2.0. Anyway, Saul, Atletico Madrid, there's a development. There's the whole debate at Chelsea as to, should we get a fourth midfielder in, you know, that can fill in, that can be there for rotation, or should we rely on Ampadu or Loftus-Cheek or Mason Mount sitting deep, or, as Thomas Tuchel even entertained in the press conference before the Arsenal game, put Chalobah there, because he can play in that position. He just needs a little bit of polishing, you know, before he can actually do it game in, game out. But what are the options? Should we do it or should we not? Well, Chelsea look like they're actually making some moves. And it looks like in relation to Saul, we're going in. We're going in. But we're not alone. Check this out. Saul is set to leave Atleti, says Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea opened talks for Saul days ago. There's official bid now on the table. Loan with a buy option. Also, Manchester United have asked for Saul again in the last 24 hours. He's in the list with Camavinga, who is available. So Man United, sport for choice. But it's Chelsea versus Man United in relation to Saul. Who's going to get him? Now, Chelsea have put a bid on the table, officially. And when Chelsea do that, it means we're getting the player. Let's have it right. Yeah, I'd be shocked if Man United came in with a bid. Right? If they haven't done so already, I think they would have done so already. Surely. I don't know though. Well, we don't know. We'll wait and see. But choosing Man United over Chelsea, got to be a little bit mad. And no disrespect to Man United. Absolutely not. And I think in terms of midfield, they're probably more in need in that department than we are. We've got Kante. We've got Jorginho. We've got Kovacic. We're all right, yeah? It's just injuries. You never know what can happen over the course of a season. So that's why we're going in. But Man United, I mean, they got Fernandes. Fantastic. He's in my fantasy team. So absolutely fantastic. But apart from that, you know, Matic, Fred, McTominay, they need a midfielder. Let's have it right. They need a midfielder. So, you know, in terms of Man United going in for the player, I understand it. But in terms of the player, in terms of Saul, in terms of what would be best, European champions, fighting for the title, just got Lukaku, fantastic players all round. You'll be playing because we are rotating, you know. Or Man United, we're not really sure of winning anything. Yeah, you might get more minutes because they're actually in need of a midfielder. That's probably it. You know, let's have it right. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Thomas Tuchel. Saul, you can make your choice. Anyway, that's up to him. We'll see what happens, but I think we're going to get him. And what do I think of this? I think it's good. I don't see the fuss. I've seen a little bit of fuss on social media, but then again, what is social media without fuss? If social media has a calm day, it means it's not doing it right, basically. But I'm seeing some Chelsea fans go on there and say, oh, no, Sal's going to bring nothing. No, this is a shocking move. We shouldn't do this. Look. I used to think that way. Yeah, I used to think that way. I remember there was a time I'd look at business that Chelsea were doing and I'd go, this is a disgrace. What are we doing? Don't know what we're doing. We're a shambles. Marina out. But now that we know that the club are just listening to Thomas Tuchel, what do you want? You want this player? All right, cool, no problem. Marina, step up to the plate, please. And then she goes and gets the business done because she's the best director in world football at the moment. It's unbelievable. The remontada has been spectacular with Marina Granovskaya. Anyway, but Thomas Tuchel is being fully backed, and with what he's done with this Chelsea team, I fully back whatever he wants. Even if I have my doubts, even if I look at a player and I go, I'm not so sure, this player, I think he's limited, I'm not so sure he's going to do well. But Thomas Tuchel wants him, I'll be like, yo, bring him. Because Thomas knows exactly what he's doing. He's proven that. He hasn't got more to prove in terms of convincing us as a fan base. So look, he wants the player. Get him the player. Simple. Now, in terms of this, a loan move is fantastic. Why? Because it gives us a year. It gives us a season without having to pay money to bring him in. For him to see, for us to see, for Atletico to see, for all parties to see how is everyone doing. Yeah? Are we good with the fourth midfielder? Is Sal happy being that fourth midfielder? Is he getting into the team? Is he not? He's going to analyse his options. Atletico, are they coping without him? Everyone gets a feel for the situation. And then at the end of the season, we can then come to a decision. Do we keep Sal? Do we bring back Billy Gilmore? Do we keep both? Do we flog one? Do we send Sal back? We'll make our decision. But to get through this season, this would be a great move, especially on a loan deal. Fantastic. No money spent. He comes in. We've got a guarantee that a fourth midfielder, a top fourth midfielder, is there. And we'll rotate throughout the season because we are in multiple competitions, including the World Cup. So I look forward to when all of that's going to kick off. It's going to be very interesting. But Sal to Chelsea looks like it's very much on. Now, another transfer that looks like is very much on is this geezer. Check it out. Chelsea are now expected to submit a formal offer to Sevilla for Jules Koundé, who has agreed personal terms with Chelsea. That was said by Téléfoot on TF1, which is a French, the main French channel, and Fabrizio Romano himself. Looks like it's happening, people. We have had a 10 out of 10 window. Can I just say, Lukaku, Koundé, Saul on loan, perfect. I couldn't ask for better. Well, if I asked for better, we'd get Mbappe, Messi and Ronaldo in the same window, but that's never going to happen. So this is fantastic. Koundé coming in, but it does mean that a player is going to be leaving the club. And I'm going to come to that very, very shortly. But in terms of Koundé, fantastic. I explained on George Benson's video, in terms of this season, just this season, yeah, let's clarify it a little bit. This season, we don't need a defender. Let's have it right. We actually don't need one. We're good. But long term, next season, the season after that, if we're looking long term, a player that is going to be brought in for the next 5-10 years perhaps, Koundé's perfect. Why? Because we have to acknowledge Azpilicueta's time is going to come to an end soon. That transition's already beginning. Now, thankfully, Chalobah stepped up. Great. Reece James will more than likely start occupying that right wing back role full time. Not right centre back, right wing back. So that's his. If we're looking in terms of the back line, Silva, his time's going to come to an end very soon. Rudiger, what's up with his contract situation? Is he leaving? Is he not? But even so, he's going to be hitting that age soon in terms of, maybe he's only got a couple of years left in him. You've got to start looking long term, especially with a Thomas Tuchel. Koundé comes in, is a fantastic option. But we're talking about players departing now. Let's get on to that because it's very, very interesting what Chelsea are doing. Check this out from Dan McCarthy. He says the Chelsea outgoing train is rolling. Expect a few loans and sales to happen within the next few days. And just as he said that, we got this. From Fabrizio Romano, West Ham are closing on Kurt Zouma deal with Chelsea for 30 million euros. The agreement is now at the final stages, also on the player side. Last details to be completed, then done deal. Chelsea are working to submit a new official bid for Jules Koundé once Zouma will join West Ham. So it's crazy. It's honestly looking like Zouma's going. Zuma's leaving, and I'm sad for that. I mean, I understand it, right? And it's cool in terms of the direction we're going in. I fully back it, and I understand it. But just Zouma as an individual, man. I mean, he's been with us for a while. He's a good centre back. He's a good centre back. It's just unfortunate for him in terms of the circumstances. The centre backs we have playing are playing fantastic. It's difficult for Zouma to get in, and I understand that those decisions have to be made. But he's been class. He's been class. When that's official, I will have to do at least a portion of a video dedicated to no one but Kurt Zouma. We have to, because he's been a top professional. He's given us some fantastic moments. And he's old school. Remember, despite his young age, he came in young. Back when Mourinho was here the second time, if you remember that. I mean, that's when Zouma was at Chelsea. And, you know, He's served us very, very well, including some very, very good moments, some very funny moments, some big moments, and some banter moments like him celebrating a goal at Wembley like this. You know, we all remember that. So honestly, Kurt Zouma, I'll make sure to mention it when it's actually official. But it looks like he's heading out to West Ham, so he stays in London. But West Ham getting a top player, looks like they've settled the whole salary thing that looked like was a spanner in the works. But that's sorted now. And yeah, good luck to Kurt Zouma. But when it's official, I will make sure I do at least a portion of a video dedicated to him. Now, if we're talking about Rudiger, because I did mention the contract situation, let's check out the latest. Here it is. So, this came from Sky Sports News, that thanks to Simon Phillips, who told us. He says Chelsea are in talks with defender Rudiger's representatives over a new contract. However, Rudiger wants to assess all his options before deciding on the next step of his career. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit confused with this one, because this should be straightforward. Christensen apparently has been offered a new deal, and he will be signing that. So Christensen isn't going anywhere. He's staying, so that's fantastic. But Rudiger, what's there to consider? What is there to consider? I understand maybe his frustration with some journalists and some of the Chelsea fan base back when Lampard was here, because Rudiger looked like he got shunned out, he was scapegoated. We now know all the details, and everyone that done that was wrong. Thankfully, at the time, I remember stepping back and going, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let this one play out, because I'm not quite sure that the narrative being pushed is what's actually happening here. And thankfully, myself and some other content creators were proven right. Rudiger has been class since Thomas Tuchel's come in, but this is the thing, he's with Thomas Tuchel now, a manager that adores him, that uses him, that gets the best out of him. Since Tuchel's come in, Rudiger has without a doubt been one of the best defenders in the world. And I will say that. And anyone that wants to say different and come at me, you can fight me. Rudiger has without question been one of the best defenders on the planet since Thomas Tuchel's come in. So he's playing regularly. If he's after a new contract and that is what they're discussing, cool. Do you want more money? Chelsea, give him the money. Give him the money. He's been fantastic. What we're getting in terms of value from him in the team is priceless. So give him the money, right? If it's not a money thing, I don't understand what the stall is. You're playing every game. You have a manager that loves you. You have a fan base that now completely respects you and adores everything you do in the Chelsea team. You're winning trophies. You're Champions League winner. You're fighting for the Premier League title this year. You're fighting for more than the Premier League title. We've got a fantastic project. The club's backing the manager. The fan base are happy. We're winning stuff. We're winning games. I mean, it's flipping amazing. We are, without a doubt, and I will say this now, right? Chelsea are the hottest project in world football right now. There is no other club right now that has more of an incentive than Chelsea right now. Name one. We're winning trophies. We are in the early stages of a manager and he's doing fantastic. They're backing him. We have young players that are establishing themselves and have longevity in their careers. We're talking your Mason Mounts, Reece James and all of them lot who have established themselves, but they've still got flipping 15 years left of their careers. You know, you're alongside all of that. We are fantastic. We're winning games. Everything's nice. I don't get the reason to look elsewhere, unless if you don't like London. That's the only one. If you just don't like living in London, then cool. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, everyone has their taste and everyone has their preferences. But apart from that, I don't see why there's much of a stall. We'll see what happens. I expect Rudiger to sign. Surely he does. I expect him to sign. We'll see what happens. But I hope he does. There's that left centre back role. He's nailed down. No one's taking that from him. You're playing every week. It's simple. So honestly, I hope he stays. Now, talking about one last player that we have to mention who has left Chelsea Football Club today, David Zappacosta. Check this out. So this is from his official Twitter saying goodbye Chelsea FC. What an amazing journey. 1 FA Cup, 1 UEFA Cup. He meant a Europa League. Wearing these colours gives you a special emotion. Thank you for everything and best of luck for the future. And that's from Zap. Thank you so much, Zap. There's him with the Europa League, with the FA Cup. He was I want to say, a good squad player under Antonio Conte. Brought us a lot. As a good backup, I would say. Scored a great goal against Karabag. We all remember that. So, honestly, look, Zappacosta hasn't been, dodgy behind the scenes. Hasn't been, unprofessional. He's put his head down. He's taken it as it is. He's taken each stride. He's done what he's had to do. Now he departs and he's gone back home to Italy. I wish him all the best. Thank you for everything, David, and best of wishes for your future. And that wraps up today's video. I hope all of you have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below in relation to Saul, in relation to Zouma, everything in relation to Kunde. Let me know everything that I've discussed today, your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to check out myself on George Benson's channel right here now after you are done with this, which I'm about to do now. It's about to end. So thank you all so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. I'll see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.